many thanks for staying with us. The United Nations Children's Fund says no fewer than 946,000 children are out of formal school education system in Katsina State. The UNICEF Chief of Feed Office, Kano, Mr. Malid Warufa, made the disclosure during the 2019 end-of-year review meeting and 2020 state engagement planning for Kano and Katsina State. And social commentator Kunle Falowo joins me now for more on this. Many thanks to you, Kunle Falowo, for joining us on this hour. You've seen the numbers. It's 946,000 children out of formal school education in Katsina. What challenge does this portend for that state?
Well, first of all, if you're looking at what UNICEF is also saying, they're saying that 1 out of every 5 out-of-school children across the world, one of them lives in Nigeria. This is an alarming rate, which shouldn't be encouraged at all. Now, let's look at the basics. How did we get here in the first place? Why are parents not sending their kids to school? If you look at social economic reasons, it plays a major role. When the parents can't guarantee 3 square meals for their kids, they wouldn't be thinking about primary responsibility of taking their kids to school or sending them to school. If you look at the insurgency in some parts of the northern the northern parts of the country, that's also a major problem in that area. Not too long ago in Yobe State, we had insurgents go in and kidnapped some boarding school students from that school, and that's despicable. So as a parent, you wouldn't want to send your kid to school, knowing at the back of your mind that you don't know what's going to happen to them, as in school or when they get out of school. So that is a major problem. In school or when they get out of school. So that is a major problem. And this is where the government can come in and try and secure the environment, the place that the kids go to school.
I was just going to follow. I was just going to get to that, because that report, there's a report that also says that out of the millions of children out of school in this country, 69% are in northern Nigeria, and only 45% of girls, attend school in northern Nigeria. So what kind of education policy or strategy should be put in place to address this situation?
Great question. Let's start from one of the preferences of our people in the northern part of Nigeria. They have preference for Quranic education. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with your child being able to recite the Quran. But where the government can come in is create a win-win situation by basically adding or inculcating the habit of teaching all the teachers in those Quranic schools, and then teaching the kids basic literacy and numeracy skills, so for them to be able to learn how to read and write, and also learn how to do basic math skills and work with numbers. And this is a win-win situation for the government and the people. It is the 21st century. Any child, be a boy or a girl, that does not know how to does not have a formal education, there's no place for them in the 21st century. And this is going to be a bigger problem for the country if we ignore all of the kids in the northern part of Nigeria, because you're breeding a ground for insurgents to bloom, and you're also guaranteeing a spot for them in the poverty line, because they will continue to go from poverty A all the way down to absolute and zero poverty.
Right.
And I think going further, the governments, all the northern governments, governors forum can also put heads together and fashion out a way to make sure that they eliminate mass illiteracy in the parts of the region.
All right. Social commentator Kunle Falowo, many thanks for your thoughts on this issue.